Hey, everybody, off the Mike Sports Network here. We'll call this Cavs Thoughts because I did a big picture video in terms of just, it's an NBA playoff and it's a big national story, but I want to just keep this to Cavs focused. They lose 120 to 119 to the Indiana Pacers in game two of the Eastern Conference semifinals. They've dropped the first two games at home. It's the first time they've dropped back-to-back home games all season. A lot of stuff went wrong. Really specifically, for 47 minutes, this was about as good as the Cavs could have played, given the circumstances. And then in the last 57 seconds of this game, they give up. They surrender. They were up 7, 119, 112, and they lose the game 120 to 119. Indiana does it again. They've done these insane comebacks all freaking season. They did it against Milwaukee literally 2 games ago. So you knew that was coming, but allow me to be the optimistic guy here and allow me to kind of just, provide a silver lining for you Cavs fans who are already in the gutter. And some of you are ready to go try and get LeBron James from the Lakers. And believe me, that's a whole bunch of horse shit if you're trying to subscribe to that theory. Fuck all of you if you're trying to do that. But allow me to be like, the eternal optimism guy. Like the Cavs, let's okay, first of all, the Cavs for 47 minutes of this game played about as well as you possibly could. Javonte Green gave him 10 minutes, like hell, even Craig Porter Jr. They still ended up playing 9 guys. You had Max Strus playing out of his mind outside of and Donovan Mitchell, hey, he may never play a 48-minute and may never play a game like that again this playoffs, but who's to say? Ty Jerome was 1 of 14. Ty Jerome was 1 of 14 in this game. You really think Ty Jerome is going to be that bad? Who knows? Maybe that's who he is. Jared Allen played outstanding in this game. They only hit 11 threes in this game. They still didn't shoot very good from 3. They were 11 to 39 from 3 and still scored 119 points. They had 35 free throws. So they still clearly have an advantage in the paint despite not having a couple of their big guys. So there are encouraging signs here despite the gut-wrenching ending that happened there. Also, let's also call this what it is. This is a very blanketed and just very simple statement. Think about this. The Cavs were up 7 with 57 seconds to go in this game, and it took an unbelievable and just cataclysmic collapse, including not being able to end, maybe they were just tired. If they had their full wealth of bodies, they win that game maybe easily. Maybe easily. Ifs and buts, candies and nuts, whatever the saying is. But listen, I'm not going to be ready to wave the white flag here and say, hey, the Cavs season's over. Great season. It's all over. Because first of all, I know Donovan Mitchell damn sure isn't going to hang his head at this one. He's going to be tired and he's going to hate it. But Donovan Mitchell has been Mr. Optimism, and he played about as well as he could. And I know he is just an outstanding playoff performer. So as long as we have that guy on our side, that is an encouragement. If they can get at least 1 or 2 of these guys that were hurt, Darius Garland, whoever, what's not to say that the Cavs go out and shoot the daylights out of the ball? Again, they've made 23s in this entire series. They hit 9 in the first game. They hit 11 in this game. And I know you could say, guys, think about this. Indiana still shot a better percentage. They made the same amount of threes in this game. And they had an absurd shooting game in game 1 with 19. So it's just like, what in the world are we panicking about here? Like, yeah, it's the quintessential Cleveland loss, but they're not down 3-0. And if you want an example of a potential thing, because let's be real, at full strength, the Cavs are supposed to be the better team. They played a bad game in game 1, and then they were undermanned in game 2 and ran out of gas, like Kenny Atkinson said. And, ultimately it just led to a bad 57 seconds where they forgot to play how to play basketball. So, but Denver, guys, you guys remember Denver, Minnesota last year, right? Denver at home against Minnesota got beaten in both games. I know one of them was a close one, and then the other one was a massacre. And then Denver ended up winning the next 3, and then they just lost the last 2 at the end of the series. If the Cavs can, potentially, just play for one game, and if you get one, then fight for the next one. Indiana went to your place and won too. Why can't you go there when you have talented guys? Now, I reserve the right to change my opinion if these guys that are not available aren't healthy, because that's a huge issue waiting on this. But who knows what's going to happen in the next 2 days? You could get better treatment. Darius Garland's toe could get better. You don't know. You just don't know with injuries. And Indiana, in a lot of ways, was gift wrapped this game, but they executed at the end of the game, and they took advantage of some opportunities, and the Cavs, just failed. But I'm not ready to give up on this series. I'm not ready to give up on this team. They have fought way too hard for way too long this season to just, tuck their head between their legs after they blew a game. And then they played a bad game in game one. Shit like this happens in the NBA all the time. We've seen a ton of weird shit just in this round alone. So just because the luck has not gone Cleveland's way doesn't mean it can't go Indiana's way. So yes, I understand this. I said in another video, it's like, hey, Cleveland has always been known for failure. There's always been a different vibe about this team. And I don't think for a second that they are going to wave the white flag, throw in the towel, and basically be like, fuck it, we're going back to Indiana. They still think they got a chance to win this series. They know they let one get away. Kenny Atkinson knows that they were undermanned, and they still played the game of their lives, and it just didn't happen at the end. So before everybody just starts to dig a grave and try to put the Cavs 6 feet under and tell them to kick rocks, like I said, there was a lot of encouraging signs in this game. They just ran out of gas at the end. They did not execute, and they gave this one away. And again, it took a crazy sequence of events at that last minute for an Indiana Pacers team that is fully healthy to beat a Cavs team without 3 of their top 7 players in their rotation. 2 starters and their second sixth man, really. You could say 3 of their top 6 players, because the way Ty Jerome played, Ty Jerome may not even be their sixth man anymore. Who knows? But just a lot of things went wrong in this game near the end. And a lot of things, they were able to cover up. Like Ty Jerome was really bad in this game. There was just a lot of things that they were able to cover up and, make interesting. So, anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks everybody for supporting the channel. And if you're a Cavs fan out there, just pray, go to bed, breathe a little bit. It took me a while. I'm still kind of numb doing this video. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. We got a couple days. They can recalibrate, and let's see how they respond. This team has been resilient all year. They came up off the mat after that first game and almost delivered a miracle, and they blew it. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.